Hello, Black-owned Business Jacks Facebook group members. I am Terri B. Jones coming to you live through a webinar where I'll be sharing with you YouTube video content creation ideas. And I want to welcome you to this webinar. Thank you for those who showed up live. And if you're watching a replay, that's great. We can get started hopefully soon on getting our content created. Okay, and the first thing is I want to share with you my YouTube channel, which is Terri Jones. And if you have a YouTube channel, I want you to post it in this stream here that we're going to be sharing information on within the Black Shopping, not Black Shopping, the Black-owned Business group, okay? Now, why should you listen to me when it comes to video content creation? Well, first off, I'm a teacher at heart, and I have been teaching since I was 13 years old in different church and on my job and just everywhere, okay? And then also I'm an author and publisher of 13 books, and most of those books are actually how-to books. I've been in the IT field for 31 years, and I'm still in that field. Also was the first owner of internet Wi-Fi terminals here in Jacksonville, Florida. I had one in a hotel, and I had another one at a car wash that was basically grossing $1 million a year, okay? And so people were able to go on the internet using my actual kiosk Wi-Fi terminal. And then also I create websites. I design websites. Actually attended the YouTube Creator Academy certification training a couple of years ago. And then I also actually create audio and video right here in my home studio that I have set up. And then I do weekly Facebook Live, where on Wednesday, I call it Wealth Wednesday, where I share information about generating wealth, okay? And the last thing I just recently started doing is I became an Amazon developer, where I develop Alexa skills to be enabled on any of the Alexa devices, such as the Echo Dot and so on and so forth, okay? So why do you want to use video? Well, currently there are 1.5 billion users, and that number is growing, okay? Then there are 58% of American adults that's already using YouTube, okay, which is your audience, I would say. And then 78% of viewers use YouTube to solve a problem, either that they're having at home, school, work. And then 86% of viewers use YouTube to learn new things, okay? I actually learned how to build websites from going to YouTube. Then 57% of viewers use YouTube for entertainment purposes. You know, there are artists out there that have music out there. I like listening to gospel, so I can go turn that on, motivational speaking, so we can use it for those purposes. And then 50% of viewers come from mobile devices. So we all know that our phones or smartphones, they're more like little mini computers, so you can actually have your videos viewed right there while people are on their phones, okay? And then YouTube ranks as one of the top 3 most valued social media platforms for business to customer marketers, okay? So that's why you want to do video, okay? Now, why should you in particular do video? To basically grow your brand, your product or service, okay? So the first thing is, if you want to use it to grow foot traffic. If you have a brick and mortar business, then of course you want to grow foot traffic. Or if you specifically just online, you may have an online business only, or you may be doing both. Have your products that are in your store online and promoting those through video. The second thing would be exposure. You know, a lot of people may not know what product or service you actually have, or the expertise that you have, okay? The third thing will be to build, know, like, and trust to increase sales. Once people know you, like you, and they'll begin to trust you, and then they don't mind spending their money with you, okay? The next thing is you definitely want to be found on Google.com. When people do their searches, pretty much they're mostly going to go to Google to do that. And of course you want your video to be there, okay? And then more visitors to your website or your blog or even your Facebook group. So video is huge as far as getting visitors to visit your website. Okay, so as we create these videos, not only will you be able to put them on your blog, in your Facebook group, but your website and all other video platforms. Okay, and then of course you want engagement with your current customers. Okay, and video is a good way for you to actually introduce them to new products, to let them know about sales and different things that's coming up. Okay, and then you may want to repurpose content that you already have. You may have a website that all of your content is in writing, and so you want to take that and then make it a video out of it, so that those who want to just see a video, then they'll be able to see it. Those who want to read it can actually read that content. And of course, you want to be able to build an email list using video. Okay, and of course, the way we know that email lists are used, so that you can continue to communicate with those who are interested in your brand, your product, or service. Okay, now before we get started, questionnaire that I have, the first thing you want to know is what product or service it is that you actually want to promote through video. Okay, so you need to know what that is, whether, say for instance, if you have a clothing business, you want to promote, your clothing business, you want to promote your sales and discounts or what have you. But basically, you just need to know upfront what is it that you're wanting to promote. Okay, the next thing is, do you have a Google account? Because you will definitely need that, because your Google account will be connected to YouTube. Okay, you have to set up a YouTube account through using Google. The next thing is, do you already have a YouTube channel? If you already have one, that's great. Like I said, go ahead on and post a link so that we can actually start liking, subscribing, and sharing your channel. Do you have PayPal set up for products or services that you're going to sell? Okay, so it's not just creating video just for people to see what you have, but you want them to make a purchase as well. And in order to do that, you will have some type of pay mechanism set up, and PayPal is the easiest concept that can be used. Okay, and do you have a domain name for your website with your product or service? And if you don't have that, you may want to look into getting that as well, so that you can post your videos on your website. Okay, and if you already have a website, okay, that will be great, and hopefully you have access to the back office of your website so that you can go and upload and not be charged by your website designer, to actually put your videos on your website. And the most important thing too, is to make sure you have an autoresponder so that you can communicate with those who have given you their name and email address, so that you can, send out broadcast messages when their birthdays come up. You can send out happy birthday to them. You have a pop-up sale. And so anyway, that's the way you communicate all of the different things that you want your customer to know about you, to build that know, like, and trust. Okay, so if you don't have an autoresponder, that's something that you want to also definitely get. And then, do you have a freebie, a giveaway, a discount? Okay, so those are some of the things, that you're going to need for someone to want to give you their name and email address. Okay, and if you don't know how to create a freebie, basically I can help you with that. Giveaway, if you have a discount to your product or service, that's great, but you definitely want to have those things in place. And of course, content, which is what we'll be doing for 15 days. We'll be creating content, and so that is so if you already have some content, then that's great. And so what we'll be doing is each day having a different twist on how we present this content to those who are looking at videos. Okay, and do you have PowerPoint? Now, if you don't have PowerPoint, which is okay, because PowerPoint will be one of the different concepts that we will use to create video. There's Open Office, there's Google Sheets, and so there's some other platforms that we can use to actually create your content on. Okay, And do you have a video recording device such as a iPad or your phone? You can use either of those two things. Of course, there's a Windows Movie Maker, there's iMovie, so all those different recording devices you will definitely need those. And of course, you can even use the recording device that's already in your laptop or your computer. And then you have screen recording software, okay, which is what I'm using right now, okay. And I can share with you some of those screen recording software that is free to use, okay. And do you have audio recording software? I can also share with you those things like Audacity. I don't know if you already have that. But those are some of the things, like Screencast-O-Matic is where you can record for free with that. So those are the things that you may want to start lining up, okay? So that once we do get our content created, we want to be able to rock and roll, okay? And so the next thing that I want to share with you is basically 17 different video creation ideas, okay? And we'll start with YouTube. Okay, so that's why what we're doing is sharing information for YouTube, because once we put our information on YouTube, we'll be going viral, okay, from there. Okay, so the first thing is a video tutorial of how to use your product or service, okay? So that is the one set of content that we will create, okay? The second piece of content we will create is information to go on a slideshow about your product, okay? The third thing that we're going to do is a demo of your product, a video showing a demo how to use it, of your product, okay? And then the fourth thing is a review of your product, okay? So you would take your product and you will actually do a review of it, showing people color, size, what have you, okay? Number 5, okay, you're going to do a video to educate your viewers of your product or service, okay? So it's just teaching them something about your product or service, okay, that they did not know already, all right? And number 6 is you're going to give pros and cons, pros of using your product versus another product that's already out there, okay? And then the 7th video content creation idea is to encourage those who come and look at your video to receive a free book, ebook in exchange for their name and email address. So basically you'll have your freebie, that you'll be giving them with this video. Number 8, you're going to tell a story to relate to the visitors, okay? So if you're selling insurance, you want to relate to them how somebody died in your family and they didn't have insurance and what you went through with that whole concept, to relate to people if you're trying to get them to buy insurance, okay? Number 9, you're going to share a real life experience to educate and give facts, okay? Number 10, you will introduce your family and why you started this business. 11, you'll ask questions and provide answers via a video, okay? And then 12, you'll create content to discuss a client's success after using your product or service. And 13th video would be to share testimonials from your customers that you already have. Number 14 would be create a video series, okay, teaching them how to do something. Number 5, you can even run a contest video. Number 16, nuggets of your book or parts of maybe a chapter or 2 you're going to give away, or some ebook of someone else that you can use. And number 17, you'll write something dealing with current event that has to do with your product or service. So those are 17 different ideas that we'll be creating content for, okay? And so with that in mind, I want you all to get ready to basically create this content. And so we'll start doing this on this Wednesday, this upcoming Wednesday. And if you guys are ready to do that, then I'll definitely be glad to assist in that, and we can help each other, get ready for the upcoming holiday season, which is in October when people start spending money. All right. So thank you for tuning in to this video. And if you have any questions, just post them here in the thread. All right.